Place.
Yep.
Cool.
So I don't want to just jump into Benny. So I'm figuring we're gonna go Audra, Jane, Benny, Cheri, and Variety D. If she shows up, she'll be last.
Sounds good.
All right, it's showtime, bitches. It says it's 2 o'clock where I'm at. My it's not 2 o'clock. Yo, yo, yo. How y'all doing today? It's it's different. Like honestly, it's Sunday, but it feels like Saturday. Like I lost a whole day. Like I don't know. I'm kind of pissed off. How are you guys doing today? Make some noise. Woo!
Yes, you woo.
Sherry's got her usual RBF going. I know how this works. She looks so enthused. Benny's excited. He brought a project to class today, right?
Oh yes.
Well,
Oh yes.
Oh God, I'm scared. You got BDSM bears out. Like I feel sorry for the bear who kidnapped and tied up a little teddy bear. It's fucked up. Give it up for the potato chip enthusiast, Janejira Damron.
yes.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with Audra. She's just out there. Like she had one too many brownies this morning. She's giggling her little ass off.
Mhm.
And
You're
then
dang right.
we've got our special guest today. The funny, the wonderful, the always bubbly in her own way, Cheri Hardman.
Yay.
Yay.
Yes.
Tell us a little about yourself, Cheri.
Um, what can I say? I just turned 60 years old. I'm an old bitch. I'm just an old bitch. I do a show called Heavy Petting, hence the backdrop. And
What kind of heavy petting is that? Because I know better. It's not that kind of heavy petting. What
yeah,
kind of heavy petting is it?
it's a talk show where comedians talk about their pets and their love lives. So we do talk about a little bit of, making out kind of sexual escapade little stories, but we also have people show us their pets. So
And just so I hope we're not being too personal here, but everybody on this show has a disability in one sense or another. In what way are you disabled, mass, ma'am?
um, well, there's a few things, but the thing that you would notice most is that I use a scooter. I've got two bumped knees that I can't really walk on. So
Okay, okay. So I've seen in the scooter you kind of scared Nate Jackson this week when you got up. She hit him for the switcheroo. He thought he was gonna have to help her to the stage. She got up and walked on her own. That's fucked up. I had a laugh though. You got him on that one. This week though we've got some amazing topics. I'm
Yes.
actually scared. Benny's just salivating at the mouth. Yeah, I got you. Our two topics this week. I didn't choose these, okay? I just letting everybody know. They're the use of sex toys / workers. And then our second topic we're going around with is the idea of celibacy and virginity and being disabled. For some people is a choice, maybe for others it may not be. That'll be, we'll save it for later. Should we save the fun topic and just start with the celibacy, virginity? I think we
Yeah.
could do that, right?
Yeah.
Save the best for last. So up
Yep.
first, guess we've got Audra. Talk to us about how you feel about celibacy and virginity having disabilities. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, sure, if you want to be celibate, I think awesome, go for it. I actually know quite a bit of people out there who identify as asexual. And so they actually don't have sexual feelings and don't want that kind of relationship. And that's great. I think it's awesome. I myself have not experienced that. I may be demi-romantic, which just means that in order for me to be romantically attracted to you, I need to have some sort of connection. But yeah, I definitely say, you know what? I don't care if you're disabled. I don't care about race, gender, none of that, religion. I am like, hey, if I'm attracted to you, hey, let's go for it.
That was the easy answer. You're like, I'm in and I'm out, huh? You're like, hey.
Hey, you know what? I was 15 when I lost my virginity, so
Ooh.
I'm not going to say
Whoa.
nothing.
I went to high school with her. I thought she was like 25. Like, what? You little hussy. Are you serious?
I was
What is-
15.
What is going on here? Jesus.
I dated an older guy.
Oh, but
Whoa.
in them times it was allowed, but now it's a bit more. Yeah. How old can I ask?
I was 15 and he was 17 at the
Oh.
time.
Oh, okay.
That's yeah.
Older meaning that he was still in high school with me, but he was getting ready to graduate.
Fair dues.
I'm over here reading through the yearbook going, who's the asshole that took her flower? Like, that's the dad in me. Like, who deflowered my friend? What the fuck? Never
Well,
mind.
obviously it wasn't you, Dante. That's
No.
Whoa.
I'd probably remember that. I got a pretty good memory. I don't know. We'll see. You're not embarrassing me no more. Up next, we've got Janejira Damron, the damn unprofessional
Yeah.
potato chip enthusiast. What is
Me.
so unprofessional? Get your shit together. What the fuck? This is a serious show. Yeah, right. What are your thoughts on celibacy and virginity?
Oof. I have a lot of shit to say about purity culture and religion and stuff where I've heard they've had religious friends and they kind of had this idea that you have to save yourself for the person that you're married and stuff, and if you don't, you're impure and dirty and gross and stuff. And I'm just like, no, I disagree with that, because if you view yourself as dirty and stuff instead of explore your sexuality, that's gonna mess you up psychologically a little bit. But and then growing up, I also kind of had a very kind of slut shaming attitude, because that's what I was taught. And it's if you sleep around a lot, that makes you less, it determines your worth in some negative way. And then fortunately I grew out of that BS. And I think that it's important to find out what you like sexually and stuff, because also in relationships, I've experienced that sometimes sex is painful and uncomfortable and not fun. And I just can't imagine how much that would suck if you married somebody and then never had sex before, and then it sucks, and then you're with them and it's what do you do after that? So yeah, but I also don't want to like bash anybody who feels like they're not like super ready for sex and stuff, even when they're already an adult and stuff, because everyone's different, and there's also asexual people. Yeah, I just think that people shouldn't feel shame in having a sexuality and like doing sex and stuff, but it's okay to not want it.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm not jumping in that fire.
Yeah, I'm a little all over
You,
the
you,
place.
you threw everything out there that can get me canceled that I respond. No, you need to be sucking dick. That's what you need to be. No, you don't need to be slaying the girl that's sucking dick. Fuck, I don't know. Do all the above. No, I don't.
Yeah. Just do what you want, but don't like shame anybody for it.
That was the funny one. Is I can remember. I'll just tell it. I remember doing security when my stepson was like 13 or 14 or 15, somewhere in there. I was 13 or 14. And out of nowhere, my ex-wife sends me, says, Jaden was sexting. And then she decided to forward me the picture that he got. And I was, you can't do that. I don't want to know what he got. Like, and then I had to show the guy I was working with. So that way I had an accomplice. You know what I mean? Like, look what my wife sent me. Then you got mad. He says, why'd you show me? He says, I don't know. My wife showed it me. I needed somebody else to witness that I didn't ask for this. You know what I mean? And it was just like, what the fuck are you like? I don't know. Then as a guy, like you think it's cool for your son, but then if it was your daughter, you'd be ripping somebody's head off, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's not cool either way.
I guess I digress. That's why I said I wasn't saying shit. Anyways, up next, this will be interesting. I'm wondering how she feels, her son. I'll let her answer. Cheri, how do you feel about the idea of celibacy and losing your virginity, or what do you think, Sunshine?
Well, I lost my virginity many, many years ago. So I don't really think of this in terms of myself. But like I do think about my older son who has multiple disabilities, both physical and mental. And I have thought, like, I feel bad that he's not experienced that, and thought like, like, should I do something? Should I help him find? And then I'm like, but he doesn't really care or understand. So I guess that's not my worry. So I don't need to worry about for him what he doesn't care about for himself. But I'm sure that there are some young people who do have sexual urges that they don't know how to take care of or find people to help them with it. And I hope that there are resources out there for that. I don't know. Are there?
That's something we're gonna get into with, I think, Benny. Benny's got a fucking answer. There's a reason why. So, and I know your son's disabled. I didn't want to share that nugget without. I mean, the whole group doesn't know that, right? So that's privy information for me. But that's something we actually. So how this kind of got started, or this topic got started, is we were in a disabled chat with all of us, because there's a group of us that are entertainers and we have a support group. And Jamie and Emma, right? Emma Sullivan started talking about how he's not allowed to use his money to get a sex worker. And the other blue glasses girl was a little pissed off on the other way, like they shouldn't be able to. And the other Emma was like, but why not? Like, and I was just sitting in the middle going, are they charging more? Do they get a discount? Like you get a discount everywhere else for, Benny's shaking his head, right? Like I already see, right? How would you know? Have you tried? We'll get there in a minute, right? Jesus Christ. There's no sensitive way of talking about this. This is a comedian. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I started laughing the minute we started talking about it, but there's a lot of serious to this. Like, how are you going to give me $800 a month and tell me I can't go get laid with it? You know what I mean? Like that don't seem fair either. So I don't know. Benny, how you doing, buddy? That's the perfect segue into you. How do you feel about this whole idea of celibacy or virginity or forced?
I respect people who are that word. I can't bloody say it. Yeah, that word. Pizzle.
Celery.
Yeah,
Celery.
celery. That's it, celery. But again, there are a lot of disabled people out there who want sex but can't. So when do we say we will help you, and when will they say no, we can't help you because that's prostitution? So again, I respect people who are celery, but I can't do it. I love sex and I love making love. So yeah, move on. So yeah.
There you go.
There you go. I did not. You got me on that one, fucker. You got me again.
It's like when I have sex, it's like going to the gym for an hour. I'm in bed 2 days after. It's tiring.
Oh my fucking god!
But it's
I knew he wasn't gonna be able to keep it straight. I had a feeling.
There it is.
I knew he was gonna. That's like earlier. He said he drives. I was like, well, he said he drives with one hand. And I was like, well, you can't drink your soda with one hand. How in the fuck are you driving? I'm not the mean guy here. We're all thinking it. Somebody's got to say it. Fuck him. We'll get to there. So, I don't. How do I answer this? So I've got. I guess I'm. Fuck. I lost my virginity at 11 and a half. I don't even know if I really knew what I was doing. The girl was 16. Yeah, fuck. That got quiet real quick, right? If it was the other way around, a 60-year-old boy with a 11 and a half-year-old girl, we'd have
FBI, open up.
No, yeah, it'd be a fucking riot, right? But I've been this height. I've been 5'11 and a half. I'm 6'1 and a half now, but I was 5'11 and like 150 pounds. Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. But at the same point, I think that's where the Asperger's kind of comes in. I didn't know, like, the girl invited me over. We went and hung out, and then next thing it was, "Well, take your pants off." And, why are we doing that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then the worst part is I was so nervous after I was done. We went outside and I hopped on my bike and I went to ride my bike home and came around the corner and almost got hit by a car and fell and scratched off my whole fucking knee. I can remember that to this day. So it was not it was not the funnest day of my life. And then, I don't think I was old enough to even finish. So it was a whole weird thing. I don't even know. Like, I didn't even tell anybody about it for a couple of years. It wasn't like it was you can't brag in 6th grade about getting laid.
And
That's
then
not
riding your bike home afterwards.
yeah. It's not like you're the talk of the town, right?
That's not an appropriate flex.
I finally got some pussy. That is not the proper show and tell. Oh, okay. No, it's not. So, as far as celibacy, I've got a niece. I've got 2 nieces that are Down syndrome, and I don't fucking know. Like, I'm with Cheri. If my child wanted something, I'd probably want to give it to him, right? Not literally myself, but you know what I mean. Give them that opportunity, and then if they're not asking for it or if it's not affecting their life, why introduce it to them, right? And so we got all serious for a second. We're gonna go all. It's just scary, you know what I mean? I think the biggest part is you want to make sure that it's their choice, and they're protected. That would be the worst thing to happen, is to have that be taken in the wrong way and ruin that for that person. And so I guess that's the what's the little fucker's name? Dylan, whatever. That's what pissed me off about that little white kid that got off on all that shit, is he was taking advantage of mentally handicapped and older women. And they gave him fucking probation. Anyways, got a little dark here. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I just yeah, I saw your face.
I went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it happens. Fuck shit. Sorry.
I think every episode there's one point that's like that.
Hey, it happens. It's not always me. Variety D's usually here to get blamed. It's one of the two black people though. I see where you guys are going with this. It's we're consistent. Anybody got anything else on celibacy or virginity before we get into this shit show?
No, just that I think the important point is that consent is the number one point to take home. Consent.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
We should also be like teaching kids what consent is instead of just like completely like shying them away from like sex and stuff. Because like if they, grow up and think that porn is real, you're going to have a problem.
There was a documentary on Scope. It's a cerebral palsy website, and they asked 5 or 6 different disabilities about sex, and they all said if we had disability sex awareness when we were young, we would have done things totally different. But it's all one sex ed. It's sex ed where you is, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what they need.
See, I'm learning. I'm learning.
We teach you nothing useful.
No.
No, they don't.
He's 37. We're finally teaching him how to fornicate. Way to go. We're doing. We finally got. So, there's not.
There should be, but then is it again we're putting ourselves in the box? I don't know. Or should there be sex education for everyone? Like, okay, this week we're going to talk about sex with a disability. And these are the adaptations you can do. And I think most able-bodied people would go, damn, I want a partner in a wheelchair. That looks fun.
Yeah.
What the
He's right. He's right.
Yeah, you know what means sunshine.
I do.
I didn't think I'd ever blush on a podcast. Cheri got a good chuckle out of me blushing. Like I don't know what to say to that one. Like, first off,
I think for the first time we have left him speechless.
Yay! That's a record.
I mean, yeah.
yeah. No, I mean it's.
If you had a disabled child,
So here's
they were like
Cheri.
me.
Do you mind if I follow up with a couple questions and use you as an example in this?
All right. Go ahead.
So here's where I'm asking, because we've got a parent of a disabled child here in here.
Yeah.
At what point do you think this would stop certain kids from being sheltered because their parents wouldn't let them take the class, right? And then the other part is do you get what I mean? Like and I don't mean you per se, but if you've got that over nurturing parent who won't let Benny take the class, so are we doing any service here? And is there, like with your son, do you think that would have been necessary for him to even take with his grasp on things?
Well, first of all, let me say that I have actually taught a sex ed class to high school students who, let's say, to qualify, like maybe IQs in the 80 and below range.
Okay.
Okay. And so we had to get very graphic because, you know, you couldn't talk in generalities or use euphemism. You had to be, you know, I mean, I did the whole condom on a banana thing and, you know, all that. And we had to get very specific because you couldn't dance around a subject or they didn't know what you were talking about. And so there were some parents who opted out for their students, and they were mostly religious. So even if their students had been, you know, average intelligence, they would have opted out anyway. So, but I guess your parents are going to raise you how they're going to raise you. And I just think that, like something like this, like you know me.
Yeah.
You know that I did not mince any words around my kids.
I can only imagine.
I mean, and you know, I tease my kids a lot and stuff, but I don't know. I don't even know. I forgot what the question was, but let's just say that the more information that you have, the better. And I think even if you think that you're giving them a hint of how to do things that they wouldn't have already thought of, you're probably wrong.
That's all. It just
Yeah.
it like I didn't know that you'd actually try to teach a class. I could only imagine. I've worked as a paraeducator with BD, they call them, or special needs kids. I work with both, and it's like, I mean, you got to say penis, because if you say banana,
Right.
every time somebody says banana for the next 3 weeks, it's penis, right? So we've got right, and you can't say clam or peach. It's got to be vagina. Or now, look, she's eating a peach fruit roll up. That means she's eating a pussy fruit roll. Yeah, that's gonna linger for weeks, right? But it just like
the curriculum we used, the pictures were very graphic because they had to be.
Hey Cheri, do you teach about vaginismus and stuff like that?
No, this was just basic. How do you put a penis into a vagina? And yeah, no, but I mean, I know what that is, but no, we weren't that detailed. This was just basics 101.
Hey, we've learned something new today. We've had a purpose today. That's the first. Usually this is all just funny business. I think we're done with the celibacy talk. Now we're into Benny's passion party presentation, right? Are you ready?
I haven't got the proper photos because I couldn't find them, but I've got several which recommend disabled people use them because they are better equipped for hands.
You'll get your chance, Benny. I see you foaming at the bit, fucker. Jesus Christ. Oh God, this is gonna be a train wreck. I think I'm gonna start this off because I just want to get mine out of the way. Mine's more embarrassing than anything else. So I have never really used actual fleshlight or toy. I don't even watch porn. So my story is actually kind of generic. I picked up a prostitute by accident once. There was supposed to be a sound effect after that. There's supposed to be a or something. Where the fuck's my sound girl at? Wah 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 wah. So the story goes, my mom. I grew up in downtown Seattle. My mom was alcoholic. She was out all the time, right? And so I have a hard time letting people just be out, especially women in the middle of the night, because it's not really safe. And so I was living in a bad part of Seattle, which is called Federal Way off 288th and Military. And it's crack alley. There's literally crackheads all around my building. I was living in the apartment complex at all hours of night. And so I get home from 7-Eleven at about 2 in the morning from selling weed all night. And I notice a older black woman walks into this 7-Eleven. I'm thinking, you shouldn't be walking at this time. So when I walked in, I got out my car. I said, I'll give you a ride after I get done buying my Swishers. You shouldn't be walking. Then when I let her in the car, I noticed she had her cleavage out, but that doesn't mean anything. That just because you're dressed a certain way doesn't mean I should treat you a certain way or think you're a certain way, right? So look at Jane judging. That's right, girlfriend. So I asked her where she was going. She said somewhere on Pack Highway, which if you don't know, that is our hose stroll or however you want to put it. So that was the first red light. At least I started paying attention, right? And then I said, well, what are you looking for on Pack Highway? And she said, I'm looking for a date. And I was like, ooh, that's red flag number 2. And I said, what do you mean date? She said, I'm looking for a paying date. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's red flag number 3. And all I could do is think about hearing the bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. And I got out my car
Oh.
as fast as I fucking could. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. And I've told the story a couple of different times. And the worst part is I could imagine getting pulled over and the guy looking at a 19-year-old guy like myself going, you're not a John, you're just dumb. You know what I mean? Like that I don't look like, in that case, that might have been the one time I didn't look like the suspect. I didn't fit. I did not. I don't really fit the description. I was proud I didn't fit the description, but that might be the one time where I can honestly say I did not fit the description of what they were looking for. So I've embarrassed myself enough, I think. Up next we have let's go, Audra. What do you got for us?
All right. So
Yes.
yes. So we'll move on from the celibacy to kind of sex workers, I guess. So I think sex work should be legal, but
Yeah.
that's just my opinion.
Mhm.
Put a little regulation on it so that way we can have safe way of doing it. I don't know. But anyways, so that way people who have disabilities who may want sex and can't have it, then they have the option to pay for it. But that's just my 2-piece. I'm going to get off my soapbox and now get on to the fun stuff, which is sex toys. Yes, I have used them and I do use them. I am a proud bisexual and I have dated women before. And of course, we've used toys. And so, yeah, I like it. I don't necessarily use them just for myself. I find it more fun with a partner because I happen to, I guess we're going to get TMI on the show, but I am quite sensitive because of my sensory. I don't need a whole lot, just a little is good. And so, yeah, I'll leave it at that. And, oh, I want to say something. So, there's a museum out in New York City called the Museum of Sex, and I have been to it multiple times, and they have an amazing array and selection of all the toys you get to see. My only complaint is they have a lack of a disability type situation.
If they could sponsor one of our episodes, that would be the coolest thing.
I know, right? We need sponsorship. Museum of Sex. Come on now. Come on. Let's see what the disabled community has to say here.
If you've got a sex toy out there for disabled people, please contact Superman Production.
And
for
Suitman. Did he just call me
Well,
Superman? You son of a bitch. You gonna put me at the back of the bus again too, Betty? That's
I
the best.
was trying to promote you.
Wrong name.
We're Superman
Production.
production now.
Superman Production.
I'm gonna have to draw that.
We take all sponsorship. We are not
Unless it's
discriminatory.
autism-based.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not,
Not
pretty.
that one.
Not that one. But
What do
we'll
you got?
take.
What do you got for us, Janejira? Your
I got
BDF
two
bear?
like fun stories actually.
Oh,
Story
fuck.
time, guys. Well, one's like super quick.
That's what
So
he did.
I have always wondered what people like about like handcuffs and things, because like I don't know, to me it just like looks cool because it's fun to draw, but I just like didn't get it. And I had a partner who just happened to like have some for, I don't know why, I don't ask questions, and then I was like, oh cool, let's like use those. So we're hanging out in the park after dark in the car, we're using handcuffs, it's great. But after we get dressed, we see this light. And, usually cars pass. So you know, we figured, you know, they're just like stopped or whatever, and then they're gonna leave. It's an actual police officer. I'm like freaking out because I don't know, like I don't like talking to police officers. I'm stressed. And this is how white my boyfriend is. He was just like, you know, if you just like, you know, be nice to them and talk to them, you'll be fine. And I'm like, it's not the experience that everyone has, but okay. So we were like fine after that. And I was like, damn, I can't believe that actually happened. So now I tell people that are interested in hearing the story, I use handcuffs, and then a real police officer showed up. So that was fun. And then once upon a time, a few years ago, one of my really dumb exes fell in love with his escort. And she like pulled up at his house one time with like some other dude in the car, which is a very obvious red flag. She took his money, got back into the car, and left without doing anything. And then he still trusted her for whatever bizarre reason. And she would get him to like work on her website and work on like her house and all kinds of stuff. And we're like, dude, she's using you. And he's like, nah, you know, we have a special thing. You know, this is the closest I can get to a relationship. And I was like, you had me, but okay, I see how it is. And he was just like so in love with her. And he would use his money to like get heroin and stuff. And she had a boyfriend. He knew this. The boyfriend was just like talked to him and was like, I don't like you. And he didn't take the hint at all. And he's like, no, we got something special. And then it was really weird when he wanted to like introduce us because he was talking to us in the group chat. And he's like, I want you guys to meet her. And we're like, no, bro, she doesn't love you. So yeah, that was an interesting train wreck to watch.
It just shows like how vulnerable people can be.
Jesus Christ. No, this is stupid depending on.
Yeah, he found her off of like a sketchy website too. Like all the red flags were there.
You mean Craigslist?
Those back pages or something.
Back page. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people out here? Like, I don't.
Right.
I barely can figure out Tinder. There's back. Like, I don't know. I tried to burn somebody one day, and I was like, I bet you they've got a VIP login for Pornhub. And
They
I'm
have
like, "You don't-"
VIPs for that? What?
Again, see, I don't watch porn.
It's like I didn't know that.
No, just like, how do I get that? You know,
69% off.
I'd pay extra. You know, do they remember? Like, do they message you when new midget porn comes out? And you're like, yeah, all right.
I need notifications.
Push notifications for porn.
Jesus Christ. We have new uploads, Asian on Asian. Like, what are you? Oh, God. I digress. I'm getting tired. I'm getting my ass kicked again. Up next, I don't know if she's ready for this. She signed up. I warned her. What do you got for us, Cheri?
I got a few things. As far as sex workers go, I would like to hire someone just to do the things that my husband doesn't want to do, but it might be more like you know, putting ointment on stuff, or like rubbing lotion in, or like trimming my pubes, just that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Really personal stuff that you wouldn't really want to ask a caregiver. And my husband rolls his eyes when I ask him to do it. So just someone to come take care of all the intimacies. That would be nice. And as for, sex toys. So I don't have a polite little pussy like Audra has. I have, like, if a toy only takes batteries, I'm like, there's no use for me with this. I gotta have the Hitachi magic wand that you plug into the wall. I would actually prefer something that you have to kickstart. That's what I really need. Like if it shook the house, that would be better. I need lots of power. So that really limits. The other thing is that, my husband, now if I say this, my husband's going to kill me, but I bought these butt plugs for us a while back, and they've just sat there in the drawer because neither one of us wants to be the one to say, you want to try the butt plugs tonight? So they're still sitting there unused. And then the other thing, and this is actually has become a bit, but I bought one of those like sex pillows, like the wedge shaped pillows, which are really nice, to help with positioning and stuff. But I didn't tell my husband that I had ordered it, and he didn't know what it was for. So it came when he was not home. And he called me and said, your pillow came. I got it already in the bedroom. This is literally true. I walk in. He thought that it was a ramp to help our elderly dog get up on the bed. So he had it down on the floor.
What kind of dog do you have?
The punchline of that joke is now he's got to sleep with 2 old cranky bitches, but that is a true story. So that's mostly what I have to say there. So
it's funny. That's how you know we're a little special. All Janejira heard was, "What kind of dog do you have?"
She's a Chihuahua.
Didn't even let you get to the punchline. That's how you know we have Asperger's and we're a little different. Is that in the middle of your story you didn't know it's James? So what kind of dog is it?
I was thinking the same thing.
And I guess and you've given Audra a new name. She's got a polite pussy Audra. I think she's holding.
Yes.
Know how
I just saw
polite
that she
little
named
pussy.
that. That's funny.
Yeah, that's cute. I thought the same thing. We're all the same. That's when people go, he's not special. You should see some of the comments that I outlined with. I'm special. You just don't know any special people. And then that's the other part. For all you guys wondering, like this seems like a normal conversation. Well, that's for the most part. We all know each other. So our walls are down. But I guarantee you, if you come up to Audra in real public and go, hey, you're polite pussy, she's going to eek and she's going to run away. She's not going to.
That is a pretty weird way to greet people.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got your BDSM bear out there. I mean, fuck. What do you got to say about that?
It was a gift.
It was a gift. Somebody's a pervert. Whoever gave you that fucking bear is a pervert. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck you. So this next guy, he looks like he's been waiting. Yeah, he got a little sick, a little good devilish grin. He's playing with his mustache. I'm scared. Play another sound effect. I'm scared. Where's it at? She's fucking slacking. She plays nothing. Well, fuck you then. Fuck you then. Benny, what do you got for us?
Well, like you guys, I think sex workers should be legalized so disabled people and non-disabled people can use it. One, it's safer for the sex worker, and 2, it's safer for us. Yes, I have used sex workers in the past. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a human being. I like a hug, being hugged naked, and yeah.
That's all you got. You got screwed. I'm just gonna give you an idea, Benny. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I got screwed as well. Fair dues. Yeah. And there are sex toys out there for disabled people. If you type in sex toys for disabled people, there comes a list, a big list, and they are quite expensive, but aren't all sex toys expensive nowadays? So yeah. Do you want to see some?
Uh-oh. This is what we've been waiting. You're Florida, buddy.
Right, share screen.
Hold on, I gotta give you the ability to share your screen, Skit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Skinny.
Yeah. No, it still won't let me. I'll try again. Yeah, it lets me. Ah. Right, can you see that? That is a stool for women and men who can't bend down properly, and it's bouncy, you can buy an attachment what goes underneath it to strap a dildo. So you can bounce. It's like a trampoline. You can bounce up and down on this dildo. So yeah.
I was gonna say,
Moving.
could you get the machine underneath of it too? Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. There are bigger ones than this, which are like a rowing machine.
Mm.
So the man or the woman lays down, and the man or a woman's sitting up, and you like rowing in and out, in and out. So yeah, moving on, shall we?
Dante's learning a lot.
Dante's getting a bit flustered. This is a vibrator. It goes on your finger. It's an extended thing, and you can play with your clitoris, or like me, my ass, whichever. So yeah.
Dante is like that little person.
Yeah, I've got one more, Dante, and then I'll leave it there. Now, this I thought was very impressive. It will feel like someone's kissing your vagina and playing with your vagina as well. So they do come in several colours. So yeah. And that's
Awesome.
what I've got because I got home late today, so I'm sorry. So yeah, but if you do want to see any more, just jump across to below the belt. We have got some toys on there as well. So yeah.
By the way, you can order these at Benny Shakes Passion Parties.com.
There's a woman who is disabled. She's and she studied about 10 sex toys, and this red one was number one on her list.
It's called a womanizer.
That's,
Sherry's over here like, that's my favorite too.
I've got one, yeah.
That's
is it any good?
I have problems with the reachability of it. So
Because again, there is another one which is wireless, but this is the thing. If you've got a carer, should you get a carer to go, look, can you just put this down inside me, then fuck off and let me get on with it? Or isn't it right? That is the question we should be asking. Should you get a care gun?
Yes. So we actually discussed this in another panel I was on because that person who also had cerebral palsy said, hey, look, it has to be someone that's a caregiver do certain things like that. It basically what Cheri said. You have a caregiver who's doing certain things for you because you don't want your lover to do, everyday daily things. So that would be more of, I would think, of a lover side if you could have that partner. But if you didn't, then yeah, I would say go ahead, have the caregiver as long as they're comfortable to walk away.
Yeah.
Like you said, and just kind of fuck off.
Sweden, no, I bet not say Sweden because I'm not 100%. but they designed a dildo, a vagina, and a bum and with a long arm for carers to just, yeah.
Cool.
There was a whole film about it as well.
Because I was just gonna suggest maybe we need this.
Oh fuck! What the
Are you
fuck?
finished yet?
Came
No,
prepared.
hang on. Just one more minute. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My ex-partner had dildos, and because we had 24-hour care, I used to go down London, but her dildos were reachable, so she could do the business. But the agreement was after the business, the carer would come in and wash the dildo. So, yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
I can't. Let me,
This is you gotta be
Right.
upfront and honest.
Podcast that broke Dante.
Yeah. It's
fuck you,
things,
Cheri. Cheri's like, this is it. All I had to do is talk about some pocket pussy.
Just say dildo, and Dante just folds like.
yeah.
I know.
You got a point.
It's crazy. I got kicked out of a day centre because I was going in and saying, yeah, I use sex workers. You can't say that to them. All right, they've got brains. Yeah, but they live with their parents. So what you can do, lock them away and keep them under the cupboard all fucking long. Piss
Yeah.
off. Everyone's entitled to an orgasm.
Exactly. If you want it, you're entitled to it.
Exactly. If you
Okay.
want it, just come. Yeah.
And you've gotten consent. And you've gotten consent. Remember that part.
Yeah.
Consent.
Consent must have consent. Yeah.
All right, you guys have embarrassed me enough this week. Fuck. I'm good.
Like this, you're gobsmacked. We must do this more often.
He got Dante to shut up. This is the amount I've talked on any show. Like, I was late earlier and didn't talk either. I think I earned my money this week. I got the bonus, right? Fuck. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. It's a short episode, but it was an interesting one. I'll give you that. Give it up for our guest tonight, all out of Seattle. Give it up for Cheri Hardman, everybody.
Yay.
When's your next show? What do you got going on? When's your next online? When can we catch you?
Wednesday night, I'll be at headlining Northwest Peaks, Seattle. So that'll be fun.
Yay.
And then just keep your eye on me in Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club's contest.
Yeah, she made it to the semifinals, unlike your shitty host. So,
Well, you should have.
oh, we're not going to talk about that. I guess we have
Yeah.
been talking about people getting screwed. So I guess we could. It's a callback. Give it up for the polite pussy, Audra. Shit. She says it's polite. I don't know. You'd have to ask her Johns if they think it's polite. Whoa. Give it up for Benny Shakes, a dildo in his disabled girl's. Oh, sorry. He shakes while he rinses, too. Give it up for the potato chip enthusiast. And BDSM there.
Yay. Yes.
And I've been your host, the guy to accidentally pick up a prostitute, the guy who doesn't watch porn. I'm weird.
You're not like other guys.
Yeah, I'm the only guy out there. It's like, put your tits away till we get home. Yeah, right. Who's sucking my dick in the car? That's an indoor activity, right? Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
Hazard.
Yeah, exactly. It's a driving hazard. What?
We gonna die.
And if you chomp down, we've got 2 surgeries we're going to need after this accident. That's horrible. Oh, God. I digress. Hey, we've been fun. Thanks for tuning in to Dating with Disabilities 4. See us on July 4th, 4th of July at noon. We'll have something to rattle your cage before you go see the fireworks. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody.